Let's start with the today lecture. And in the previous lecture, actually, I have explained some of the basic outlines of this course. And today we will be starting with one of the core concept of chemistry, that is the chemical kinetics. And this is the 100 level course, so only the basic information or the content will be covered. We have the separate courses on each of the topics, so these will be taught in higher level courses. So I will try my best to make this an interesting course, and of course you will learn a lot of things. We will cover up some of the basic information over there. So first topic is the chemical kinetics. So today I am going to discuss some of the basic information about the chemical kinetics and what we are going to do under this heading. And before starting the lecture, I recommend you must prepare your own notes. Sometime the video is not working and it will be difficult for me to record again. Although the all students are the odd with the odd IDs are online, and it's better to take your own notes, because near to the examination it will be difficult for you to watch all videos again. So because during the classes I will be giving you the ideas how your examination or the final of the quiz would be like this. So you can prepare your own notes, and then of course you will get the 100% marks out from this course. So some basic information, because this is the 100 level course, and some of you are coming from the other departments, not having the chemistry background. So I will be starting with the very basic information, and then I will go to the further higher level content. First, starting with the chemistry. And chemistry is actually the study of the composition, properties, and transformation of the matters. And then actually I am getting the point, the chemical kinetics out of these basic information, and where the chemical kinetics is going to stand within this definition. So chemistry in a broader sense is the composition. Composition, you can find there are a lot of composition of the material, like sodium chloride is composed of sodium and chloride. If you have the water, it is composed of hydrogen and oxygen. Maybe you have the mixture of the two molecules. This is also called actually the composition. What main ingredients are present in your the substance, and the properties. There may be a physical properties or the chemical properties. Both we will discuss under the heading of the chemistry. And transformation of matter is also very important, because when we study all these composition and the properties, their transformation of matter from one state to another state is very important. Like solid is converted into the liquid, and liquid is converted into the gases. So this is the transformation of the matter. So all these relevant rules or the law we will discuss under the heading of the chemistry. Now, actually, the chemical kinetics is falling under the heading of the physical chemistry. This is one of the sub branch of the physical chemistry. So let's have a look. What is the physical chemistry is there? So study of the effect of chemical structure on the physical properties of the substance. It is actually called the physical chemistry. The name is reflecting you. It is the physical properties. So the relevant rules or regulation which are going to affect the chemical structure on the physical properties, that we are going to discuss under the heading of the physical chemistry. There is another definition. This is a long. Actually, if you study a macroscopic or the particular phenomena in chemical system in terms of the principle or concept of the physics, and the physics, what are the concept of the physics? That is the motion or the energy, the force, time, thermodynamics, quantum. These are the actually the parameters or the concept of the physics. So if you are going to actually to study all these concepts, this is called the physical chemistry, or in short, where you can say that the physical chemistry are the ways in which pure physics is applied. Actually, when you apply this physics into the chemical system, that is called the physical chemistry, because there they study just to study the stars or the moons or the sun. These are the movement of the matter. But when you apply all these knowledge to the chemical system, because we are the chemistry student, we will discuss the chemical reactions. When you apply all this knowledge to the chemical reaction, that study will be called the physical chemistry. Okay. Now moving to the chemical kinetics. It is the branch of the chemistry, or it is the sub branch of the physical chemistry. And these are the very important, and actually what is written over here, this is the definition, and this is also the content of your course. We will study one by one. So what we are going to study under the heading of the chemical kinetics, and we will study the rates of chemical reaction. Kinetics is the movement, and the chemical mean the chemical reaction. So we will do some sort of the to determine the rate of such type of the reactions, that will be called the chemical kinetics. And other are the factors affecting the rates of reaction. How can you change the rate? And that is also falling under the heading of the chemical kinetics. And the third one is the what would be the mechanism of this type of the reaction, and this is also called the chemical kinetics. So they are, this is the definition. It is the study of the rate of reaction, factor affecting the rate of reaction, and the mechanism of the reaction. This is called the chemical kinetics. And one by one, we will go through what is the rate, and what are the factors which are going to affect the rate of reaction, and how you can establish the mechanism of the reaction. But very briefly, not we are going to go into detail of such type of the complex mechanism. According to your syllabus, we will cover up all these points. So today, starting with the first point, that is, we have defined the uh, chemical kinetics is the branch of the physical chemistry dealing with the rates of the chemical reaction. So first, there are two rates are given. One is the rate, another one is the rates, reaction rate, or the rate of a reaction. So what do you understand by the rate? What is called the rate? Shall any point which you have in your mind, just speak up. Even if it is wrong, then don't worry about this one, because we are, you are teaching, you are learning this course, and this is the instructor responsibility to clear your concept. And when you speak up even with the wrong answer, doesn't matter, I will correct this. So what do you feel, what is the rate in your daily life, where you find the rate? No, rate of reaction, that is the two that I have defined. This is the one is the rate of reaction. And before rate of reaction, I want to explain what is the rate. That if you know the rate, then you can explain. Shabash, what is? Okay. Numerical values. चलिए, daily life में बताएं. If you have you observed when you today when you just traveled to the campus, did you find somewhere the rate? Did you observe the rate somewhere while coming to the campus? शाबाश बताओ आप. Exact, Shabash. There is another important parameter is the time is required. If there is no time, then there will be no rate. So where did you find today the rate? Okay. This is actually the application of the knowledge. This is not just the reading all these type of the content. Actually, you will find all these are very important parameters, and even for the chemical reaction and for your daily life of practice where you are observing. सो आपने कोई ऑब्जर्व किया आज रेट कहाँ पे फाइंड आउट किया? टाइम के साथ जो है वो आपकी कोई चेंजेस आई आज? शाबाश बताओ। कंफ्यूज हो? चले आप कैसे आए ऑफिस में, कैंपस में आपने कैसे ट्रेवल किया आज? वॉकिंग और by using your own car or by public transport or the private transport? चलो कोई आपने यूज किया है, ठीक है. Even if you are walking, this is also rate. That means you are traveling, you travel some distance with respect to time. Time is important. If time is no, if you say I traveled 2 kilometers, you traveled 2 kilometers today. Is this a rate? No. Why not? Time is not mentioned. When did you start the traveling? From 8 a.m. or the 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. or the 10 a.m. So time must be there. So one form of the rate is there should be a change. If you only mention the time, then it is also not a rate. Both are important. The change is important and the time is important. So even if you are going to travel by bus, what is the speed of that bus? That is the change, the distance change per unit time. आप देखें उसके पीछे भी लिखा होता है इसकी स्पीड आवर जो है 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर. So what is this? This is the change in distance per time. Actually, this is specific to the speed, and all these are the rate. So what is the definition of the rate? Now you can define. The rate is change in any property with respect to time, that is called the rate. Understood? And there may be any change. Even the distance is going to change. If you apply the chemistry, that's what the conductance is being changed. pH is going to change. Volume is changing. Pressure is changing. Any properties which is going to change with respect to time, that is called the rate. Clear? Is there any doubt in this definition? Now we are going to specify this one rate with the rate of the reaction. So how can you now define what would be the rate of reaction? There are several parameters I have discussed: pH, temperature, conductance, pressure, volume. There may be any change, but these are, if you apply this rate to a chemical reaction, then how can you define the rate of a chemical reaction? Sharon, बताएं, any idea? In which time, the time required to complete a reaction, and what is actually changing in this reaction? The definition may be the correct. So what is changing when the reaction is completed? How do you realize that the reaction is completed? There is no more change. And what is not being changed? Actually, that is the answer of this rate of the reaction. Change जो आप change को आप कह रहे हैं वो change क्या observe नहीं हो रहा? एग्जैक्टली अब आप वो वर्ड्स आप रिकॉल नहीं कर रहे कि वो आप वर्ड को क्या कहते हैं कि जो रिएक्शन खत्म होके प्रोडक्ट सारा का सारा बन गया. आपके पास इंफॉर्मेशन, लेट्स सपोज यू हैव स्टार्टेड अ रिएक्शन, एसिड बेस रिएक्शन करते हैं ना, वो भी रिएक्शन. You are just mixing the acid with the base, and at the end you will find, that's why HCl NaOH, and at the end you will find the salt, sodium chloride and the water. What is being changed? आप कैसे बताएंगे HCl खत्म हो गया? HCl की क्या चीज खत्म हो गई? कंसंट्रेशन उसकी क्या खत्म हो? तो in chemical reaction, rate of a chemical reaction mean now you have fixed that change with the change in concentration. If it is fixed with the change in concentration, now this rate is called the rate of a chemical reaction. Otherwise, it is the rate of chemical reaction is also a rate. But now we are going to fix that change, particularly with the change in concentration with respect to time. That is called the rate of a chemical reaction. And the definition is written over here. Rate is change with respect to time, any change, and the rate of reaction rate or rate of a chemical reaction, that is the same word, reaction rate or a rate of a chemical reaction. So what is this? This is the concentration of a reactant or a product changes per unit time, or you can simply say change in concentration of a reactant or a product with respect to time. That is called the rate of a chemical reaction, or simply you can call it the reaction rate. So this is very, very important. This is actually the first point we are going to discuss under the chemical kinetics. And that means now the rate is in your hand, like the speed of the bus, or because it is with your hand, you can speed up or you can slow down the speed of any of the vehicle, depending on the parameters you are going to use. And in a similar way, that means now you can control your own reaction by using this change in concentration of the reactant and the product. Actually, this we will discuss in this course. How can you control a chemical reaction? By using a very simple way. You can speed up a chemical reaction, you can slow down the chemical reaction, and actually what is the parameter? Parameters are just written in the definition. All the only parameters are the change in concentration. So let's have the formula of this one. This is the same what is actually defined above. Rate is the concentration change per time change. The change of the both the concentration and the time, when you divide both of them, that is called the rate of a chemical reaction. Yes. Yes, you can ask later on. You must be on time if you want to opt this course. Okay. So this is the very simple formula to calculate the rate of a chemical reaction. If you know the concentration, if you know the time, change in concentration, change in time, just divide them, then you can find this is the rate of a chemical reaction. Let's have a look on these two images. Left on right. What do you expect? Actually, the purpose of the rate is you can actually observe which one reaction is fast and which one is slow. And this we will are going to get the information out of this formula or these two images. That was on the left hand side. And we are going to decide which one is the faster and which one is the slow. The first is the reaction between sodium and the bromine. And you just see it. It doesn't matter what is the reaction is going on. Just look at these two images and we can decide which one is the fast reaction. And this is the second images, like a ship. If it is a long time, it is dip into the water, the rusting is going to start. That means the oxidation of the iron is going to start. That is called the rusting. जैसे आपको ये observe हो रहा है यहाँ पे. दोनों में आप क्या feel कर रहे हैं? Which one is faster? If the left side A is faster than B or B is faster than A? A is faster than A. B, how did you realize? इमीडिएट रिएक्शन हो रहा है. जैसे आपने दोनों को मिक्स किया, फॉरन रिएक्शन हो रहा है, आपके सामने नजर आ रहा है. This rusting is very, very slow process. It takes years to have such type of the ship with the oxidation of the iron. So first one is fast, the second one is the slow. Actually, and now you can define actually which one is having a fast rate. Actually, the change in concentration per time is fast over here. If you give us same time, let's suppose I am giving only 2 minutes for the both of the reaction, 2 minutes for the A and also 2 minutes for the rusting. ये आप एग्जांपल कर भी सकते हैं, घर जाके आप खुद कीजिए. आप एक लें गिलास लें, उसके अंदर आयरन वायर जो है वो आप उसको पुट कर दें, तो 2 मिनट के अंदर कुछ भी नहीं होगा. इट टेक्स टाइम फॉर द रस्टिंग ऑफ द आयरन. ओके, सो एंड time is same, but what is going to be changed faster in these two cases, that is the concentration. Here the concentration of the sodium or the bromine, and in case of B, the concentration of the iron. Iron is converted into the iron oxide. So by now you can actually calculate the rate of all these two reactions, and the formula again it is the same. This is the change in concentration per unit time. Let's have a look over here. I am just giving another example. This is the dinitrogen pentoxide. It is a gas, and decomposition, after decomposition it is converted into nitrogen dioxide. It is oxygen. So here this is just as a reference. Okay, you can use any of the reaction and you can decide, you can calculate the rate of any of the chemical reaction. Okay, so what actually information is given over here. Now I am going to calculate how to calculate the rate of reaction of each of the reactant and the product, and the data is given over here. And what is the data? Again, we have discussed it should be change in time and it should be change in concentration. These are only the two factors or the parameters are there, because the rate is only the change in concentration per unit time. So both the parameters are given over here, and the concentration here it is written with capital M, that is the molar concentration. M, capital M means the molar concentration, moles per liter. Okay, so in case of the nitrogen pentoxide, let's suppose आपने अभी answer इनके दिए हैं. I am going to start the reaction with the nitrogen pentoxide. So when the time proceeds, what changes do you expect in this chemical reaction? What will happen with this chemical reaction? That's why I'm starting with the 10 moles of the nitrogen pentoxide. When time starts, what changes do you expect in this chemical reaction? क्या होगा? आपने reactant है, reactant जो है 10 मिनट्स आपने दिए, तो 10 मिनट्स के बाद आप चेंजेस क्या आएंगे इस रिएक्शन के? चलें इसको छोड़ दें, आप HCl NaOH फिर एग्जांपल ले लीजिए. ठीक है, व्हेन यू मिक्स अप, जो चेंजेस वहां पे आ रहे हैं वही चेंजेस हर केमिकल रिएक्शंस के आएंगे आपके पास. तो क्या होगा इसके चेंजेस, क्या आएंगे इसके? शाबाश बताएं, आप बताओ. कंसंट्रेशन चेंज होगी. अभी आपसे क्या है, डोंट बी कंफ्यूज. ये कोई इतना कोई हैवी, सिर्फ आप इसको अंडरस्टैंड करें कि व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन. ओनली there should only be the change in concentration and change in time. There is no third parameter I am discussing over here, because in the change in the rate of the chemical reaction there are only two parameters. One is the concentration, one is the time. So क्या होगा? What about the nitrogen pentoxide? It either the concentration of nitrogen pentoxide will increase or decrease with respect to time. क्यों होगी? Very simple, because this is the nitrogen pentoxide is in the reactant, and when the reaction starts, it will be converted into the nitrogen dioxide and the oxygen. The concentration will of nitrogen, this dinitrogen pentoxide is going to decrease, and of course the product are going to increase. So this is the actually the similar or the same behavior for all type of the reaction. The reactants are going to decrease and there is the formation of the product if there is a chemical reaction. ये सिर्फ इस reaction के साथ ही, सब reaction के साथ ऐसे ही होगा. Concentration जो है वो change होगी, time change होगा, concentration change होगी. अब ये important है, which concentration is going to increase and which concentration is going to decrease. Always remember the concentration of the reactant will always decrease and the concentration of the product will always increase if there is a chemical reaction. Okay, any confusion over this? Even this is this reaction or any reaction. And this is the experiment data is given over here. Now look at this one. The time is going to start from 0 second to 100 second, then 200, 300, 400, 500, and 600, 700 seconds. I have taken the data with the interval of the 100 second. You can take any of the interval. Maybe you can start with the 2 second, maybe 50 second, 150 second, doesn't matter. Okay. Now what we have explained, look at this one. When the time is 0, that means only reactant is there. That means time is not started yet. Then there is only the reactant is present. And what about the product? Product are 0. Of course, if there is no time is going to change, then there is no formation of the product and you are having only a reactant. Clear? And this will be the same for all type of the chemical reaction, even this or any of the chemical reaction. Any, I am actually briefing you again and again because maybe I will give you any of the chemical reaction and you have to do the similar things. Actually, this is the understanding about the course content. Don't be memorize all these formulas or the diagram, but keep in mind what is the basic understanding. So this will remain the same. So let's see what is happening. Now the time is changed from 0 to 100. It will always increase. It is not going to decrease. Time is always going to increase. 0 to 100 second. And what is happening over here? This was the initial concentration, 0.02 at time 0. And when the time passes, it is up to 100 second. Look at this. The concentration of nitrogen, dinitrogen pentoxide is going to decrease. That I have already explained to you. Okay. So this is going to decrease and look at these one. These two concentrations are going to increase. Our increase is over here from 0 to this and from 0 to this because these are the product. The concentration of product will always increase. The concentration of reactant will always decrease. Look at the second. When again the time changes from 100 to 200 second, after again 100 second, then again the concentration of the reactant further decreased and the concentration of the product further increased. And similar behavior will be happening till the end of the chemical reaction. So at the 700 second, the concentration of dinitrogen pentoxide decreased from 0.2 to 0.0061 and products nitrogen dioxide increased from 0 to 0.0278, 0 to 0070. So this is the actually how the rate is changing and the behavior of the reactant and the product with respect to time. So the concentration of the reactants will always decrease and the concentration of the product will always increase with respect to the time. And now I'm just finishing with this one. How can you calculate this one? Important is over here. If the data is given, you can easily calculate the rate of any chemical reaction. The first one is the like this. This is the same formula. Okay. Remember, I have shared with you. This is the rate of the reaction, change in concentration per unit time. And what I have just further elaborated this one. So oxygen over here is in the product. So product will always form and reactant will always decompose or decrease. So that's why I'm going to label with the rate. You can say this is the rate of the oxygen, or in a better way, you can say this is the rate of formation of oxygen. That means if only the word is given rate of formation of oxygen, that means the oxygen is being produced and it is the product. So each type of the words will give you the very specific information over there. Then this is the again the formula. The previous one you have to show with the delta. Delta is the change. Now we are not going to write the CHANG change. We will only put this delta. This is the capital, and sometimes we will put the small d. This is also called the change. Any of the symbol you can use. Now this is the bracket. The bracket is for the concentration. In chemistry, we use this bracket to express the concentration. So this is the concentration. And again, within the concentration, you must put the whatever it is the rate of what. Here we are discussing the rate of the oxygen. That's why you have put it over here. The oxygen divided by change in time. This is the actually the change in time is inverse, but here we are going to put over here is the delta t. Delta is the change, t is reflecting the time. So these are the short words of the change in time or change in concentration. So what does it mean, the change in concentration of oxygen? Concentration of oxygen at time 2 minus concentration of oxygen at time t1, any of the time. That's just, you have started the reaction with 100 seconds, going to the 200 seconds. So time 2 is, what is, you have started the reaction starting with the 100 second and ending with the 200 second. So what is the T2? 200, very good. And T1, 100. And time may be any, so two values will be given to you. So you just two values over here. And this is the T2 minus T1. And of course, the concentration is also given over here. I'm talking this one, 100 to 200. This is the time. And these are the concentration. Concentration is increasing from 0016 to 0.0029. So you just put the value over here. It is starting from 0049 and 0.0040. Actually, I have taken this as a change. Change here, मैंने ये वाला लिया. 3 to 400. 3 to 400. The concentration is given over here. You can take any of the change, maybe 100 to 700. So your 700 will be T2, 100 will be the T1, or you can take any of the time. And simultaneously, if you are using 100 and 700, then you put the value of the concentration at 100 and the 700. So this is just a very basic information, simple formula you will use and calculate the rate of a chemical reaction. And when you solve this one, just minus and then divide, this will give you the value of 9 exponent minus 6 molar per second. So this is the rate of formation of the oxygen. So here I'm just ending with one. What is the unit? Unit are the capital M divided by S, and units are, we are getting the units from here. This is the M and this is the S, M divided by S. This is already written over here. And but if you forget, actually this is the rate. Rate is the change in concentration, and the unit of concentration is the M, and the unit of time is the second. So these are the standard units we are going to use to express the rate of a chemical reaction. So if I ask what is the unit for the rate of reaction, this is the molar per second or moles per liter per second. Molar is the moles per liter. So you can further split this concentration into the moles per liter, and this is the rate of formation of oxygen. And in a similar way, you can calculate the other ones. So I'm giving you the exercise. So in the next class, we will further explore. Actually, when you understand this concept, and the objective of this one is you can find out the rate of any of the unknown reactant or the product if only one rate is given to you. If let's suppose if one rate is given, then you can automatically calculate the rate for the other one of reactants or the product. So this is the actually the importance of this learning and main objective of this content, to understand how to calculate and how to calculate any of the reactant, the rate of any of the reactant or the product by using the rate of the any of the reactant or the product. Okay, so I am going to end today lecture with this one, and as an exercise, like I have taken this time, maybe you can use 100 to 200 or 100 to 500, 300 to 600, 300 to 700. It is up to you. If you do more practice, then of course it will be easier for you to understand the rest of the content. So do at home, and then we will discuss first in the next class, and then we will move into the other content of this course. So with this, I am going to end this lecture.